Shalom, I'm Franny Waisman and I teach at Midrashat HaOmer, and I want to connect a couple of things that we are experiencing right now. Number one, we are experiencing the month of Iyar. Number two, we are experiencing Sefirat HaOmer. And number three, we are experiencing the Parshat Shavua, the upcoming Parshat Behar. So I want to try and connect these three things, Be'ezrat Hashem. The month of Iyar, so every month in the Jewish calendar has a lot of spiritual depth. It's written about in the Sefirat, a very ancient Kabbalistic work. Also, the Bnei Yisachar talks a lot about each month, and even the Baal Shem Tov a bit. But each month of our calendar has a tribe of Israel that is connected to it, a letter from the Hebrew alphabet, a midah, a character trait, an organ in our body, an internal organ and an external organ, a mazal, a constellation, lots of different things. I'm not going to go into all the depth of the month of Iyar, but I want to touch on a few things that I think really connect to the other two things that we were going to talk about. So first and foremost, the name Iyar, Aleph Yud Yud Resh, is an acronym for Ani Hashem Rofecha. I am Hashem, your healer. And really, there's a lot to this month that we have the ability to really, really pull down healing, whether it's tefillah for healing or just in general, being healed and recognizing the healing powers of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But it's interesting because real healing, when something is sick, whether it's a part of our body or if it's something in our nefesh, in our emotional side, it really is when something is disconnected. It's like not doing its function. It's not part of the whole. And real healing is really finding those pieces and kind of reconnecting them. And that really connects to the letter of this month. The Sefer Yetzirah writes that the letter of this month is the letter Vav. And Vav is a connector. It is a letter that connects two parts, right? We have the Vav HaChibur, so like Shamayim ve'aretz. It's also a letter that flips things. It can actually flip past tense to present tense to future tense, or bad to good in the Tanakh. And also it is an addition, right? If I add a Vav, I can be adding things. Ve'od. And also the Vav is the number 6. And it represents everything in our physical world. Every single thing in this physical world has the 6 different directions, the main directions that it falls under, right? There's front, back, right, left, up, down. And those are really the dimensions of our reality. And that represents the physicality. Now, again, like I said, the healing aspect, to really heal, is to reconnect things that are not connected. How does this have anything to do with, I don't know, Sefirat HaOmer and Behar? So before we get into that, I want to talk about the tribe of this month. This month, the tribe of Israel that represents Iyar is the tribe of Yisachar, or Yesh Sachar. There is reward. Yisachar is a very unique tribe. They live all the way up north in Israel, in Emek HaMayanot, near Beit Shan. That's the area, Emek Israel. And their land was a very fertile, it's one of the most fertile lands in the land of Israel. And they were an extremely connected tribe to the land, to hard work and labor of the land of Israel. But with that, they were also deeply connected to the skies. They had a beautiful, deep chokhmah, one of the most brilliant tribes of all the tribes of Israel. It says that they were Yodei Zmanim. They knew all of the halachot of Kiddush HaMolad, of the new moon and astrology. It's a very, very technical and intense Torah, and they were experts at it, which is also why their stone on the breastplate of the high priest is a sapphire. A sapphire is a sapphire, and the sapphire is this dark, dark blue, and the sapphire is the color also of the tribe of Yisachar, which is this dark, dark blue, like the night sky where you can really see stars. And so, first of all, maybe you're already getting the connection to Sefirat HaOmer, right? During this time, Iyar is the only month out of the year, that the entirety of the month, we are saying Sefirat HaOmer. And the word Sefira, yes, it is counting the Omer, but also it connects to the word Sapir. And I think also there's a depth to it. So let's dive in for a second to Sefirat HaOmer. Every single day of the month of Iyar all of us get together and we say, וספרתם לכם ממחרת השבת, מיום אביכם את עומר התנופה, 7 שבתות תמימות תהיינה, right? And you should count from the eve, right? The after the Shabbat or after Pesach, when we bring the first Omer, 7 weeks, right? 7 Shabbatot. And then we have the 50th day, which is Shavuot. So we have this cycle of every week. A week is also 7 days, right? So 7 times 7, 49, and 50th day. We're going through this cycle of 7 days and 7 days and 7 days until we finally get to Shavuot. And this is the Sefirat. And it's interesting because what is happening during Sefirat HaOmer? In fact, when I sat down to read Parshat Behar, it like jumps out at you because Parshat Behar is also about Shemitah. And I'm going to just read a little pasuk, right, in Parshat Behar, pasuk chet, so it's Vayikra Kaf Hei, pasuk chet, וספרת לך 7 שבתות, שנים 7 פעמים, והיו לך ימי 7 שבתות השנים, 49 שנה. Interesting, right? And you should count for yourself 7 cycles of sabbatical years, 7 years, 7 times. The years of the 7 cycles of a sabbatical year shall be for you 49 years. So like, you can't not think about Sefirat HaOmer, and there has to be a connection. We're talking about Shemitah. Every 7 years, there's a Shabbat. The land rests. And then we start another cycle of 7, and then it rests. And another cycle of 7. So we finally get to the 50th year, and that's the Yovel, which I would parallel to Shavuot. So, okay, what's this idea of 7? How does this connect to Iyar? How does this connect to the tribe of Issachar? And it's interesting. So the number 7 is also a very important number in Torah. We see it all throughout the Torah, actually. In fact, whenever there's a word in the Torah that comes 7 times, there's usually a real importance in that topic. The first pasuk of the Torah, Bereshit bara Elokim et hashamayim et haaretz, is 7 words. We have a 7-day week. The world is created in 7 days. Shabbat is Yom HaShvi'i. So Shabbat, that's the 7th day, right? We have our big holidays, right? Pesach and Sukkot are 7-day holidays. Shavuot is the 7 times 7 holiday because on the 50th day. What else is 7? There's a lot. It's all over. What does 7 represent? If we talked about Vav being this month, the 6th. 6 is this world, right? All the different sides of the world. Front, back, right, left, up, down. Everything physical. 7 represents that internal dot that connects all of the different sides. If you will, it's the spirituality that literally embeds everything in the physical world. So let's just say my body is representative of the number 6 or the Vav of physicality, of nature. And then 7 would be my neshama, that spiritual side of me that literally makes everything come alive, right? We have the 6 days of the week, and then we have Shabbat, and everything is for Shabbat. Shabbat is the 7th day. It infuses. It's the spiritual plug of the rest of our week. So we have this counting of 7 times 7. Sefirat HaOmer, we do it on a personal level. It is the connector, the Vav, right? The connector between Pesach and Shavuot. I have to count 7 weeks. Each week I'm going through and I'm going up a level. It's almost like a spiral that goes up. And I'm going up a different level because leaving Egypt I can do physically. Leaving Egypt we do on Pesach. We left. Physically our bodies are no longer in Egypt. But in order to really receive Torah on Shavuot, I have to do work. And this work, I'm going to call it healing work. Like I said, healing something is like making sure that all the things are connected. They're all working together. They're all connected at that middle point, that 7 point. And really true healing, like the month of Iyar, isn't something that's quick. You don't get healed from something like this. It's work day after day after day. And Sefirat HaOmer, on a personal level, each individual, not only do we leave Egypt, but we take steps day after day to connect to that deeper space, to purify ourselves so that we can really receive true Geula, which is that Yom Shabbaton, that last, the 7 times 7 day on Shavuot, where we receive the Torah, which is really that core of who we are, that true life of who we are. If you will, it is that neshama of who we are. That is the Torah. And we have to work there to get to it. And we work in sevens. It's something that is above the natural world. It is spiritual work that we must do. And every single day, it's not stam, but every single day we also work on different Sefirot. Right? Chesed shebegvura, chesed shebetiferet, chesed shebenetzach, chesed shebehod. Each day there's spiritual work of the 7 lower Sefirot. So that's on a personal level. Each one of us has to do that. And we have to come and receive, we have to come and be ready to receive the Torah. But this week's Parshat Behar, we see that it's not just something that we do, but the land of Israel does it too. The land of Israel is not just a country and a land. It is the living and breathing body of the Jewish people. And Hashem says, no. The land of Israel has to have Shabbat too. It's not just a physical entity, but it too has a spiritual counterpart that must rest, that must be connected. And each Shemitah, on the 7th year, we have to be able to say, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we are totally connected to that spiritual side, and we know that you're the sustainer, and this land will rest. And we don't work the land. And then we have the Yovel, which is like the Shavuot of the land, where we receive the Torah, where the land, everything goes back. There's freedom, mamash, freedom. All land goes back to its original owner. All slaves go free. And that just represents the true freedom that we do after we work 7. We work to get that spiritual place. Torah is true freedom. Why is this connected again to Iyar? Because Yisachar, like I said, they are workers of the land. And there's a danger when it becomes to being a worker of the land. We have the ability to see the land, especially if you're a farmer and you're working the land and say, wow, my strength and my power, my hard work, I've worked day in, day out, that's the reason that I have such beautiful produce. And Hashem says, no. Everything that has to do with the land is a blessing from me to you. This land, you do not own it. I own it. It's its own thing. So, Bezrat Hashem, we can take this time period of real Sefirah. By the way, the word Sefirah and Sapir or sapphire is one of the hardest stones. And to really create a beautiful stone, it's work. You have to polish it. Kilivnat sapir, like the stones of the sapir. It's also the kisei kavod, right? Is defined. We get a beautiful hint to this in the Tanakh. The kisei kavod is the bottom of the kisei kavod is the sapphire, and it's work. It's not quick. It's day in, day out. It's connecting to that deeper part of the 7 that we have inside us as a nation, as individuals, and even the land. Bezrat Hashem, we should be zocheh to receive Torah. We should be zocheh to do the work day in, day out, to elevate the physicality, elevate the 6, to connect all of the parts and have true healing in our bodies and our souls for our nation, for all of those who need healing. And we should be able to stand on Shavuot, on the 7 times 7 day, in a place of pure spirituality, land and people, and receive Torah. Shabbat Shalom.